thinking about moving to Spain, but you're not sure where you would actually fit in or which place would suit you the best. Spain is not just one lifestyle. There are many places and there are many different lifestyles and landscapes and climates. Living in Madrid is completely different from living in towns or cities like Oviedo or Alicante. In this video, I will help you choose based on your personality which city might fit you the best by using the real practical differences between the places and the regions in Spain. Hi everyone, my name is Dunja. Welcome to Dunja in Spain. For those of you who are here first time, I'm originally from Serbia. I've been living in Spain for over 3 years, more precisely in Madrid, and I help people with expat life tips. What are the upsides and what are the not so good sides of living abroad, how to adapt to the life abroad, what to expect when it comes to life abroad. And before I continue, I would like to invite you to please subscribe because this way you will be updated about future stories about life abroad. So people often choose a city based on weather or short trip or just the vibe that they get from a couple of days being there or from one season. But what actually matters is long-term perspective. For example, pace of life, lifestyle, job availability, costs of living, and the overall year-round climate. I will divide this video in 5 personality types, like a very broad division, and also what potentially you are like looking into a new place the most. So let's start with the social or fast-paced type. If you need a constant activity, large social circles, and variety, you need a large metropolitan area, large cities. For this, best places in Spain are cities like Madrid and Barcelona, and maybe also Valencia, but it's already like a bit one level below, in the sense that the population of Valencia is significantly lower than of Barcelona, for example. In Valencia, there are around 800, 900,000 inhabitants, which is already quite less than in Barcelona, where it's over 1.5 million. What would be the reasons why these cities would be good for you if you're looking for a fast-paced environment? These cities have the highest population in Spain and the highest event frequency. So there is always something going on, no matter if it is sport events or cultural events or going out. These are the best places for that. There is the largest concentration of international residents, broader job market across many sectors. Public transport network allows movement without a car. The public transport is pretty good, especially here in Madrid. I can experience this on everyday level. This is what I want to say. What might be like a downside or you should keep in mind is the rent is also the highest in Madrid and Barcelona. Even though the salaries are the highest, the rent and the cost of living, of course, they are the highest in Spain. There is a high noise level and crowds at some places, for example, in city center. And in general, daily schedules are late. So keep in mind that meals and nightlife, everything is happening later, especially compared to the other, for example, European countries and cities. To conclude, if you rely on external stimulation, that something is always happening, that there is a high potential for finding broad social circle with many foreigners and people who have international experience and are used to international environment. These are the great places for you. If not, they can feel a bit too much. Number 2, the balanced mid-paced type or the mid-paced cities. If you want to have access to many services, infrastructure, and also solid number of events, but not too much of the big city life. Mid-sized cities are more suitable for you. In Spain, these cities are Valencia, which was somewhere in between, but also Malaga, and Sevilla, for example, that are in Andalusia, Zaragoza in Aragon, Alicante also in Valencian area. These cities have population somewhere between 300,000 to 900,000 inhabitants. They are more walkable, like you can do more things on foot, not relying so much on the public transport. Lower average rent prices than in Madrid and Barcelona. But keep in mind that prices of real estate and rentals are also increasing in the last couple of years. And of course, functional infrastructure like transport, health care, service, many services, you can find everything there. Some specific descriptions would be that, for example, Malaga, Valencia, they also have strong tourism and international communities. Zaragoza is more inland, lower cost and less tourism pressure. Of course, Alicante is also smaller, even smaller, but it's also coastal city with strong seasonal population variation, which may be important to some people, because in coastal cities that rely very heavily on tourism, winters when there is less tourism might feel like a bit too calm, like that nothing is happening. What could be a potential downside or things that you should keep in mind is that there are fewer high level job opportunities, social circles can be more locally oriented, and there could be a higher dependence on Spanish for integration. These cities are often a good compromise because there are many things still going on. It's still a city life, but it's more practical because many more places are accessible on foot, and you will spend less time commuting between work and home and places to go out. Number three, the calm and low stimulation type. If you prefer quiet environments, more predictable routines, lower population densities, small cities, big towns are more appropriate. So the best fit could be Granada in Andalusia, Oviedo in Asturias, or maybe Salamanca and Burgos in Castilla and León. Why? Lower population density, slower daily pace, less nightlife, fewer large-scale events, lower rental prices compared to major cities, even more things accessible. Some city specifics. Granada has a strong student population and lower living costs due to that. Salamanca also has a strong academic environment, but there are also like seasonal student peaks. Oviedo, stable, quiet, and not so much tourism driven. And Burgos is also like colder climate, lower cost, smaller place to live. What are potential downsides is that, of course, limited international communities, fewer job opportunities outside of specific sectors, reduced availability of services compared to the large cities. These cities are for more stable and predictable lifestyle, but may require more adaptation if you are used to large international environments or large urban places. For persons that are aiming for nature and that are putting the most accent on the climate. If your decision depends strongly on climate and landscape, Spain is more or less, even though it's not so clear, and these are not the only two divisions, but is divided into two very different zones. One is the northern Spain, which has a milder climate and it's greener, more rainfall as well. These places are Bilbao, San Sebastian, Santander, and the other side would be the south and more like a Mediterranean climate and much drier climate. These places are Sevilla, Murcia, Almeria, for example. What you need to know, what are the key facts about this, is that northern Spain, as I mentioned, has a higher rainfall and lower summer temperatures, while southern Spain and inland and coast, Mediterranean coast, they have high summer temperatures, especially the inland of Spain, that frequently exceed 40 degrees. Mediterranean coast also has hot summers and mild winters with low rainfall. So to keep in mind is that northern cities, they have less sunlight annually, and also winters can be a bit gray. This is sometimes something that people sometimes get really surprised about. Southern cities, they have extreme heat during the summer, and it can actually affect quite a lot the day activity. It can limit it to early mornings or evenings and nights. This is one of the most important factors, and it's often underestimated when making the decision about moving to Spain. Number 5, the career opportunity focus type. If your priority is employment and career development, your options are quite limited to a couple of cities. Of course, the first two would be Barcelona and Madrid, and also Bilbao for some specific sectors. So, what is the characteristic for specific cities? In Madrid, it's a administrative, financial, and corporate center. Barcelona has a strong presence in technology, startups, and international companies. Bilbao is a good city for industrial and engineering sectors. Highest salaries in Spain are concentrated in Madrid and Barcelona. Most multinational companies are based there. Job diversity is significantly higher than in smaller cities. What could be a potential downsides or things that you need to keep in mind? Costs of living offsets salary differences. The job market is very competitive. And yes, the number of opportunities depends on sectors. Bottom line, if your main constraint is employment, these are potentially the best places, the big cities where you could look into the employment. To conclude, there is no single best city in Spain. Depending on what you are looking for, there are many cities that could fit you quite well or could be maybe not so good choice for you. Let me know in the comments which type of places you are looking for. I am interested to read about it, and I'm interested to help you find the place that suits you the best. If you are planning to move or even like to visit before deciding to which place to move to, I can help you choose based on your situation and your preferences and what you are looking for you and for your family. Don't forget to subscribe and like, share with someone who is thinking about moving to Spain or who just moved to Spain. Also, you can check out my social networks, Instagram, Dunya in Spain, and I will see you soon again. Bye.